So let's continue on with some jQuery mobile. One thing to start off with our pages here, we had our top nav bar that we played with, and I took out the image because that was annoying. But one thing to notice is that this page, this footer at the bottom, doesn't show up at the bottom. So if I go and look at that on the device, which I'm going to have to switch over here, and you won't be able to see it. There we go. So on this device, this is uploaded to the real web, and if I switch using my nav bar, you notice it's way up when it should be way down here, right? This is where the footer should be. It should be at the bottom. Isn't that what you typically would expect of an app, right? It's not going to float above like that. So let's fix that. And we can do that in the footer of each of our pages. Remember, these are little virtual pages. Let's format our code. So this is the footer of one of the pages. So in the footer, we can give it another data dash role, data dash position. We say we want that to be fixed, like we did the fixed position on the header. So this is, since it's a footer, it knows it's going to fix it at the bottom of the page. So we need to do that on all of the footers that we have, so all three of our pages. Oop. We're not doing well today. There we go. So let's save this. This is going to upload to my real site. For those that don't have that, I'll reload here, and you'll see it is now fixed at the bottom of the page. This is the live site. So now the footer is always at the bottom, no matter where I move it, no matter what I do with that. And on the tablet, it's if I reload this page now, it's now fixed at the bottom, and that looks more professional. I've got all every place I move. So somehow I missed that one. So my third page, that's the one I kept having trouble with. So let's look at it here. That one's not right. So that was Dave's page, wasn't it? No, it says this is my third page. So I missed one here. Here we go. And let's put this on my home page, my first page, so that it has a footer.
Welcome to our first.
It should be there, but it's not inside of the page, I think. Let's see, what does this div go to? Yep. It's outside of that page. That's why it's not coming through. Yeah, I do. So there's a mistake right there. That's why it wasn't formatting right either. So that looks better now. All right. So now when we reload this, it's perfect.
Did you upload it though?
It should have, yeah, but it take a minute. It's not uploading it. All right, I don't see the error unless it's just not uploading it. So let's make sure we upload everything. It's just being slow. There we go. And there's my footer on that one, and there's my footer on that one. So isn't that nice? Just wasn't uploading, right? So on my, let's go look at my page here and reload. Now I've got my footer on the bottom of the tablet, and it looks right. Even if I make it go this way, the footer goes on the bottom, no matter what page size this mobile device is. This could be my phone or whatever. It's going to look the same, right? And in fact, we could probably get my phone out here and show you my phone. I have a couple, actually, yeah. So this is a phone, and you see it looks the same. The footer's at the bottom. And if I go to the friends, it shows this. That looks like an app, right? Now it's actually running in the browser, but notice how, because jQuery mobile is running this, it doesn't. You don't see the search bar or the address bar at the top. To see that, I have to actually scroll down to see that. See, that's hidden away for me automatically when I go to these pages. See, it pops it back up so that it looks like a real app. It tries to hide that aspect of it. Isn't that cool? So here's my friends. Oops. Ah! The info. See, now it's messed it up. There we go. Here's the friends, and it looks like, and it's a little hard to see, but it's got the little nav arrows. It's really hard to see, isn't it? It really glares it. Let's try. That's even worse. That is a little better, actually. It comes in. So those are the nav arrows. Those actually navigate to another page. And the footer's at the bottom. So that was the main point of that. So let's go back and play with some more stuff. We can modify these list items here and have them have some dual functionality. Instead of having them go to another page, maybe through some JavaScript or jQuery action, maybe they hit an edit button on the page, we could change the class of some of these lists here and add a new attribute called split icon, and we'll add a delete button at the end of these. All right, so let's see what happens over here. It didn't do anything. It's not uploading it, yeah. 4 files. It's not uploading right. Why is it not uploading right? It is auto-uploading. There we go. I think I have it set to upload on specific save, so still not working. Why not? Make sure that it's showing it here. Data split icon. That's a bummer. Maybe I have too many icons on here. Let's take out the li count. This is the little circle of number of messages or something. Remember that? That might be conflicting with it. No, figures. Well, forget that. I don't know why that doesn't work, so I'm going to have to research that one. So let's add another piece that lets me add a search bar to this. If I add, so let's take this out. We'll call it data filter, and we'll call this true. And let's just look at it locally because that's faster. So now, once I add that to the UL container of all these list items, it adds this search bar for me automatically. Isn't that cool? And it automatically comes back with all those that I started a T, typing a T. It found all those in my list that had a T in it. If I type TO, it automatically finds the only one in here that's Tom. I go backwards, I type a D, it only finds the one that has a D. How about an A or a V? It filters that out from all of the lists automatically. So I would download the entire list to the web page if I had a bunch more of these. And if I wanted to search for them quickly, all I had to do was add that one data filter equals true, and it added that nice styled little search filter for me. Isn't that sweet? That's awesome. So let's look at it on the browser. We can see what that looks like. So this is what it looks like in here. And if I click on here and type, it knows I'm going to type. I type D, and it filters for me automatically. Then I can go to my Dave page, and there's my Dave page. Isn't that sweet? And again, my HTML itself has not changed. I still have my UL. This will degrade nicely if they don't support JavaScript, which is highly unusual these days. And especially on mobile browsers, all of them support JavaScript. And typically, there's no way to turn it off either. I mean, it's just built in. They don't have the security fears like they had in the late 1990s. So that's right, pop-ups for everyone. All right, we can. Who? No.
Yeah, they stopped all the advertisers. They came out and said, yeah, we're going to make sure that third-party cookies are turned off by default.
Oh. They don't like that, yeah.
Chrome is the only one that has it turned on by default. The advertising council or whatever, they're basically trying to push it as a standard and turn it on by default. Firefox is like, no, you guys are assholes.
That's not good. All right, let's add a placeholder. This is similar to the placeholder attribute in HTML5 that we can add to form elements. And I want to add this placeholder so that my data filter has something inside of it. So I might say something like search in my placeholder. Oops. And we'll go reload this, and it doesn't do anything. Why not? Seriously? Oh, it's placeholder text. And it's dash text. See, isn't that better? What the heck? Well, this is local. That should be right there. Data, placeholder, text.
The dash search, that last dash after text equals. Is that an equals or is that
Yeah, it's an equal.
That's a dash.
This is an equal sign.
Okay.
It doesn't look very good on the screen, does it? But it is. Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't. Where's my Google guy? Come on, man. Gotta fix this problem. So let's reload it. For some reason, that's not working. But the filtering works good. So we could try to search that. Let's look for that. See what the heck's wrong here.
You can use placeholder only with data dash native dash false.
Is that what it says? So we have to add a data dash menu equals false. Data dash native dash menu equals false. So we add that. Let's see if you get extra points today. No, that didn't work. So let's look JQuery mobile. And we'll look for data dash placeholder dash text. In a filter, because we're going to use it in this data filter as well.
What's the command you're using for placeholder?
It was data dash placeholder dash text.
Data dash filter dash placeholder.
All right. We'll go with that. See what that does it. See, it's all about Googling, man.
There it goes.
There we go. Look at that. Good job. We found it. So it's a placeholder that as soon as I type, it goes away. It's just to show, give them something to look for, right? So search, I might want to change that to search instead. All right, any questions on that? That shows you how you have to search for stuff. And it had it probably has it in here. This tells you all the kinds of stuff you can do with that. All right, I wanted to show some additional cool features, like if I make my first page has info on it. Let's put a link on here that is a, call our site, like we want to call our pizza place. So we'll find our data, welcome to our first mobile site. And we'll say, let's put an A tag. And there's an element, we normally put HTTP colon, yada, 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 right? I can put TEL colon. As the information to call with the phone number in it. And it turns it into a link that in this case on a browser on the desktop doesn't do anything. But let's see if it, let's see if it works on my tablet. So it knows it's a phone number, so I can add it to the contacts. Now, my tablet is not a phone, so it only knows I can add it to my contacts. But just because I did that, it says, okay, I know what to do with that. That looks like a phone number. I can copy it, whatever. So let's look at it in my phone. And go to my info and click on the button, and it says, oh, that looks like a phone number. Do you want to call them? So I say call, and it brings up the phone and actually starts dialing the number. Isn't that great? Now, I can't call that number. It's not a valid number. Isn't that sweet? Cancel. So we can style that. Who can tell me how to style that to look like a button instead? JQuery. Okay, that's anybody? The black magic. There's let's go look at the buttons, and we want a button basic, and we just want to style a link as a button. So here's one. So we give it the data role of a button. All right. So for this, the A tag, I'm going to give it a data role of a button. So now when I look at it, it's a big old huge honking button, right? But it looks like a button. And you can style the color and all that kind of stuff. So let's look at that in my phone. And instead of the number, I could have a, let's do another one just so I can show you. I can call this order pizza now. So here's what it looks like on the page, and I can hit order pizza now. It knows it's a phone number because that's in the A tag. It's a tell phone number. And I can call it, and it's going to go try to call it. And when I end, it comes back to my page. So it kind of looks like it's built into the app, right? The phone operating system does that for you. And I don't have my Android here, but we could show the same thing on Android. Isn't that cool? You guys are not saying ooh and ah at all. That's better. A little oohing and ahhing would be good. All right, so let's reload this guy. This is what it would look like if I shrank it down. You don't get it? So that's going to order my pizza. Order the pizza. All right, and we can have other things like, oops. Let's change this. We can also have it do a text message. So the SMS, if we give it an SMS style, this is going to send a text message to the site. And then the mail to, you guys all know this one, we tell you not to use it, but in a mobile app, you know, this makes sense. It works well. Dave at. All right? It's got it built in, right? It just works. So this one is an SMS, which doesn't do anything. But this one will try to open Outlook if you're on a PC like this, right? But that doesn't work. So let's go reload this on my page. And my tablet. And so if I click on order now with the SMS, it launches the text to that phone number, and I can start typing some text. All right? Now, I believe that we can extend that. So I want you guys to try to search the SMS protocol and see if there's any way we can type the text in automatically. All right? So do that. And then here is the email. let's go back to my web page. There's the email. It's going to go fill in the information to, and I can type my subject. Now, I know there is for the email. I can change, I can add some things to the email, a tag, to fill in the subject, for instance. So is there anything? Anybody find anything? Yeah, right now. See if you can beat me. I haven't searched for it yet myself, so let's see. SMS, JQuery, mobile, text. So I'm going to pause this, which is similar to the email. So I can add a question mark, like a query string, and say, so this is where I found it, Stack Overflow, surprisingly enough. And I tell it the body equals the message, a key value pair of the data that I'm going to have here. So the body equals hello, Dave. Now, why did I use a %20? That's a space, right? And that's called URL encoding of this data, and spaces are not allowed in URLs. So you have to encode it as a space. So let's go see what that does. So we're going to have to go look at it on the phone. And reload this guy. Look at that, didn't work. Did yours work?
On the Android.
So I'm doing.
Oh, you're on Wi-Fi, that's why.
That's interesting. It doesn't do anything now. So it worked on your Android? And you just did this, right? Question mark body equals hello Dave. So there's something wrong. Oh, my site? Yeah, good.
Doesn't work on the iPhone.
Doesn't work on the iPhone. So,
Not supported by
iPhone.
Look, iPhone is becoming the
See,
new
it says
Internet
Android for
Explorer.
Stack Overflow that you were on.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like it works on the iPhone. They're really touchy about that kind of stuff. So that's unfortunate. And you can do the same with the mail to. You can add a subject. I can do something like subject equals hello, Dave. And I think you can do a body at the same time. It's been a long time since I've done this. What are you doing? All right, so let's see what that does. All right, so here it is on the site, and the third one is through email, and it populates it with hello Dave and what are you doing? So it's possible to do that just as an email without doing any back-end programming. Not too bad. You could do that all with jQuery on the client side. I could even build the order using jQuery by choosing what they've selected, build the body of the email, and pump it into this thing, into the email. So that's easy to do, right? Sweet. All right, any questions on that? Isn't that cool stuff?
Just curious as well, you put backslashes.
That's the way I found to do it. Is that not necessary? Did you find that? This one has it, see? Google said, so I followed it, man. And it worked, so I'm okay. Why mess around? You could try it and not do it, but all right, any questions on any of that? Isn't that fun? jQuery Mobile's pretty cool. All right, stop.